my desktop, it does show my desktop for a minute. Is there any way to just have your PowerPoint immediately go, or you have to go to desktop first?
You have to go to desktop.
You have to go to desktop. As a matter of fact, let me do that now. I'm glad you mentioned it.
I'm going to emphasize this so I can get
right. Let me cut off for a moment.
Boy, Suze, you got us all really serious with that question.
I know.
All of a sudden, everybody just zeroed in on, okay, let me fix that.
In case you
Boy,
want
Suze, you got us all really serious with that question.
This stream, we are
now all of a sudden, everybody just zeroed in on, okay, let me.
Make it as clean as possible.
I like how the graduation cap is right over your head.
Yeah, very cool.
It looks real.
So, Cheryl, I don't know if you heard, some of us, including me, my computer program won't allow that. It's too old. Yeah, it's too old. It won't allow me to. So let's see.
I'm sorry.
Now I can't get my Zoom to come back. Let's see.
I think you need a new computer, Susan.
I am. I'm upgrading probably next week. But I just couldn't do it. There was no way to do it before class. Now I'm having trouble.
Guys, if you want to share this presentation, we are, as an FYI, we're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Twitter. And we're on Zoom. So I will share the links in the chat in case you want to share it through your social media.
And Lilia, so we're on the Facebook page live already now for BizHack, right? I can share directly from there too, correct?
That's done. Let me share that to BizHack, and then you will be able to see the link.
Okay, great.
So I have to go to BizHack and then share. Okay.
Yes, I just shared the live.
And the link you gave us the other day, if we just copy and pasted that and sent it to people, it's good too, right?
Yes, that's to be on the Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, but in case somebody
That's what I did.
have it on YouTube or somewhere else.
Lilia, can you send me that photo of the graduation?
Hey, Neto.
Hello.
Oh.
Te lo mando por email.
Oh, good. It's on.
And the link you gave us the other day, if we just copy that and sent it.
Lilia, can I please have the background?
Sure.
This is Victor.
Yes.
I'm just stepping away for a moment. Be right back.
Somebody else needs the background. I'm sending it to Neto and Victor.
I'm sorry, my computer doesn't seem to be accepting it, so I'll have to, when my new computer comes, I'll use one.
No worries. Neto, I sent you the image as well as Victor, so that's in your email.
So I won't
Thank you very
start
much.
that until we're ready.
So all the speakers are up.
Lilia, did you throw it on BizHack already? Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, mine won't allow me to do the background either. I know, it's crazy.
Oh, well.
You can put a purple scarf.
Right?
Do something purple or print
Something,
the background and you keep it there in the wall.
Yeah, let me.
Lily, did it matter if we
A pashmina, a purple pashmina.
without
I love the way the hat is on Mila's. Yeah, that is too cute.
Does it matter if we don't have it?
Hey, Suzanne. Oh, that's cute.
It's how we know who's graduating and who's just lurking. If you got the hat.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Dan.
And who
I'm
are
gonna
you?
go put on my shirt. That's a good idea.
So we'll get started here in a sec. Lilia, did you, I think you probably sent the background.
Mm-hmm.
And some of our computers, my computer won't allow it.
It won't.
Neither mine.
The guest background link is in the chat. If anybody wants, it's a guest that wants to download, they can.
Thanks, Cheryl.
I'm not seeing the background, Lilia. Is there a way for you to?
I'll send it to you.
We have it in an email that it was sent like 2 or 3 days ago, right?
Yeah, there's a link to it in the chat,
Since I just joined, I don't have the link.
Oh, I see. I can do it again.
You have that on your email now, then.
There.
Okay. Perfect.
There's no hat in that one. I didn't download the one with the hat.
Okay. I'm having a little bit of internet connectivity issues. Lilia, if you wanted to open the presentation in the Dropbox in case you need to run it without me. I'm up in the mountains of Colorado right now, and the internet has been.
Oh, nice. No, we didn't want to come, but continue.
I love it. And then we'll get started here. I'm sorry. I was struggling to get on here. I think I got the background. Ooh, it goes right into my shirt. Here we go. All right. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen. Welcome to BizHack Live, the Digital Marketers Graduation Party. I'm so excited to be picking back up on our BizHack Live series after a few weeks away, and thrilled to begin with such a fantastic group. I wanted to quickly introduce myself and then our amazing cohort 14, the Mad Hackers. My name is Dan Gretsch. I'm the founder and CEO of BizHack Academy, former journalist for NPR, PBS, and the Miami Herald, who has transitioned into digital marketing, first for a large energy company and then for several software startups before starting BizHack, which is dedicated to helping small businesses find their online mojo, again, learn how to generate leads and sales online. I wanted to introduce a group that we're going to be calling from now on the Mad Hackers. The Mad Hackers are participants in the 5-week accelerated program in digital marketing and lead generation, and so thrilled that we can be celebrating them today. We're going to be doing a number of case studies from the Mad Hackers, talking about the amazing results that they got. We're going to have a graduation celebration for all of those amazing Mad Hackers, a class photo. We're going to give out what's called the BizHacker Award, which is a participant-voted top participants in their cohort. We're going to raffle thank you gifts throughout, and we're going to have a special musical surprise at the end of the day. So stay tuned. It's going to be a fabulous ceremony today. I want to start with our first thank you gifts raffle. And Lilia Posos with BizHack Academy is going to announce the winners. First, we have 4 free tickets to Eddie Edwards's Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival. And our winners are.
If I unmute myself. So we have 4 winners, Sharon Holm, Sandra Brevet, Alexandro Bolaños, and Ralph Jimenez. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our winners. Yay. And, you know, guys, feel free to, if you want to use the emoticons below or put your thumbs up, would love to have this be as interactive as possible. So congratulations to our winners. We'll have some more. These are thank you gifts, by the way, from the participants in the course. And this is a tradition that we give. We know that we can't do this without you, our friends and our family in this community. And so we're here to not only celebrate our accomplishment, but also thank the people who made it possible. So thank you for that. So I wanted to talk a second about BizHack and how BizHack got to this fabulous place where we're graduating our 14th cohort of amazing business owners. BizHack has been the beneficiary of a number of different accelerator and business support programs funded by Goldman Sachs, the Knight Foundation. We were named a top startup by the Miami Herald, and we're right now being accelerated by EO. And we're very thankful for the help that we have been given as a small business to help us grow, just like we help other small businesses grow. We've partnered with the top educational institutions in South Florida and some of the most important educators worldwide, Miami-Dade College, Broward College, and FIU. And we have partnered with a number of business support organizations across South Florida and the country, specifically to help minority and women-owned businesses push forward in their efforts. To that end, BizHack this year launched a scholarship program for women and entrepreneurs of color. If anyone you know is interested in applying for that, I would strongly recommend that they apply at try.bizhack.com/scholarship. This is really a huge part of our commitment to helping make a more equitable playing field for business owners of all stripes. And so we're very, very proud to be a minority serving organization and a women serving organization. And as you'll see from the graduates, we are really fulfilling that mission with the composition of our courses. We have trained now 550 businesses in the Digital Marketers Edge program. Many of the businesses that you're going to see today are small micro enterprises, but we have had folks from Fortune 50 and Fortune 100 companies, Ryder, NBC Universal, Royal Caribbean, and many of our small businesses have become nationally renowned. For instance, Rafael Savino, the owner of Ascendance Studios, a dance studio in Doral, has been featured in national ad campaigns by both Google and Facebook. BizHack in 2019 trained 112 small businesses, and they on average earned $29 in revenue for every $1 that they spent in the course. Their total ad spend was $17,000, and their incremental revenue was $500,000, an ROI of 29 to 1. And we're so proud of this. The way that we're helping small businesses and helping marketing and communications professionals turn a corner in their career. These results are life-changing results, and they give, honestly, these are just the results in the first 5 weeks, and it's really what comes after that that's so important. And we're gonna actually hear from 2 of our fabulous alumni today, folks who went through the program in the past, to talk a little bit about what next looks like for them and how they've been able to take what they've learned and use it to continue to build their careers and their businesses. So now I want to welcome the stars of the day, the Digital Marketers Edge, cohort 14. These are the Mad Hackers. Woohoo! Yeah. These are the amazing businesses. Yay! These are the amazing businesses that are part of the Mad Hackers group. And I couldn't be more proud to have worked with you guys and sweat with you guys. I know this is hard work, and we're really here to celebrate the amazing work that you have all done. So I wanted to go right into the real life campaigns, and we're going to have a series of presentations now of some of our top performers in the semester, folks who were elected by the instructors as well as their peers to best represent the amazing results and the variety of results that we've seen from this course. The structure is going to be like this. I'm going to do a brief introduction. At that point, then I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to invite the presenter to share their screen, do their presentation. I'd ask that you keep it to 5 minutes, and then we're going to have the coaches and Alex, the lead instructor, comment on your presentation and your campaign and what it was like to work with you. So without further ado, we're going to get started. Our first presenter is Steve Jaramillo. Steve, if you could get ready your presentation and to share your screen, I'm going to do a quick intro now. Steve Jaramillo is someone who brings an incredible marketing background to his entrepreneurial adventure running Custom Cleaners, which is an organic dry cleaning service. And what I found so impressive about Steve is the almost clinical way in which he's been testing assumptions and building out knowledge about what his audience responds to and the best way to market his service online. What you're going to really see in this presentation is an analytical mind at its best. And so without further ado, I want to welcome Steve Jaramillo of Custom Cleaners. He's also going to talk about a project that he worked on with other fellow retailers in his shopping center in Hopewell, New Jersey, who we had been working with over the course of several weeks to try to build a group campaign that could be supportive of each of the small businesses individually. On to you, Steve.
Well, thank you, Dan. Let me just set up, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Alrighty, so as Dan mentioned, my name is Steve Jaramillo. I am the owner of Custom Cleaners in Pennington, New Jersey. I have a lot of material to cover in 5 minutes or so, so I'm going to try to move quickly. But as Dan mentioned, I started my career in field sales, but realized probably about 6 months in that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, that I didn't want to have a boss. So I went back to business school, studied brand and product management, so that way I can learn to manage a business and spend all this time while I was preparing for entrepreneurship. Worked for Bayer as a brand manager. Worked on a couple of entrepreneurial ventures while I was there. One of them didn't launch, the other one failed very quickly, but learned a lot. And then took a detour selling digital marketing while I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I took over Custom Cleaners about a year ago. Figured that entrepreneurship through acquisition was the best approach. If you guys ever saw Forrest Gump, this is what I thought it would be like, just raking in the money. But obviously COVID hit, and so this is what it's actually been like. So yeah, when I first took over Custom Cleaners, this is a look like number scrubbed of what my revenue on a monthly basis looked like. And so
just a heads up, Steve, I don't think we're seeing your screen, just so you know.
Sorry.
There we go.
Sorry, guys. Okay. Now I've got to get this out of the way so I can jump back to here. Come on. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, so here's a look at my monthly revenue numbers scrubbed month over month as I first took over the business. And as I mentioned, I took over the business about a year ago, so I was brand new and I was learning dry cleaning and had a really strong operational focus. Marketing kind of took a back seat because I was just hanging on. I was trying to really master dry cleaning and keep the customers that I had. But then COVID-19 hit and the lockdown started and my revenue really fell through the floor. And so I had a lot more time because I wasn't operating regularly to think about marketing and how to drive more people into my business, specifically because I think that there's going to be a lot of disruption because of COVID in the dry cleaning category. So as mentioned, some real life campaigns. This is a Facebook campaign that I launched right before the lockdown started. I just launched a pickup and delivery service, and I was basically geo-targeting around the store. I did an adult audience, 29 to 59, thinking that that would be roughly the dry cleaning demographic. Spent about $85. You'll see that my cost, my CPM, so cost per 1,000 people reached, was about $5 to $6 range, give or take. I had 101 clicks, so my cost per click was 84 cents. And I was, fairly satisfied with those results. I didn't see any conversions from that, but got a lot of impressions, and it's about what I expected for a CPM and from a cost per click perspective. So after taking this course, I launched an A/B test of LinkedIn and Facebook. You'll see that I used the same image. I used the same messaging throughout. I tried to make it pretty much as close as possible. I even tried to mimic the same demographic as closely as I could. But you'll see that for LinkedIn relative to Facebook, the CPM went up to almost $36. My click-through rate was really poor. My cost per click was really high. So I wasn't reaching as many people. It was really expensive, and so I shut off the campaign pretty quickly. Facebook, on the other hand, so Facebook, with this targeting, like I did better than LinkedIn, but my CPM was still higher than what I'd seen previously when I had a broader target and I was using the same image. So I wanted to test the imagery of the ad, and so on the left-hand side, you'll see the ad that I ran with the static image, and on the right-hand side, I used a carousel ad, but kept the targeting the same, kept the messaging the same. But I noticed that I had a very comparable CPM, and so I didn't really see a material increase in the results there or improvement. So then going against a different demographic, this is more of a female demographic, really into fashion, into clothes, which really care about their the care of their clothes. I used a different image, hoping that would be more appealing, and then also just basically did an A/B test of messaging. So one leaned into leaving your clothes cleaner, fresher, and softer. The other one leaned into using organic soap and never using harsh chemicals. But my CPM was even higher. My cost per click was really, really high. So those campaigns, didn't work out very well for me. Finally, I used a video ad. And this one, I opened up the targeting. So this, I went back to the broader targeting, just geofence. I didn't use so many interest-based variables to segment my audience. My CPM was much lower. My cost per click was back in range of what I'd seen when I used the static image. And so happier with this result. So some ahas that I have are that I haven't yet cracked the code on Facebook as a lower funnel tactic. I haven't seen any conversions come through yet, but I'm committed to continuing to try until I find out what works for my business. Targeting by interest on Facebook drives up my CPMs. For me, I think because I'm a brick and mortar and I have a very limited geography and there's not that many people in driving distance to my store, I think the broader targeting works better for me. It drives down my CPMs, gives me more impressions, it's just more efficient. And COVID has fundamentally disrupted and changed the dry cleaning industry. So I'm trying to position myself today for where I think the industry is going to go. So with that, I'm going to jump into the Galco campaign, which was how Galco, which is our landlord, got us into BizHack and some of the things that we've done. So Galco is a real estate landlord in this central New Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania region. And with COVID-19, they gave us all an opportunity to help get on our feet faster and help us try to recover from COVID-19 by offering this opportunity. So as mentioned, COVID-19 had an impact on not just my business, but a lot of the tenants in the shopping plaza as well. Galco approached us with the opportunity to partner with BizHack to learn some things that could help drive our business. And then through that, we uncovered an opportunity for us to all collaborate and try to cross-promote each other now that we got to know each other, now that we all have a much stronger focus on marketing. And so that's how Hopewell Strong kind of came about. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in some of the upcoming slides. But before I get into Hopewell Strong per se, just want to call out some of the outcomes of the Galco BizHack partnership. So Victory Taekwondo, which is one of my neighbors, they experienced a decline in attendance. So they're a Taekwondo studio, primarily for children, but also parents bring their kids and are able to enroll their kids in Taekwondo. but their attendance went to zero because it's really hard to convince parents that it's safe to have your kids do classes in an indoor setting in the environment of COVID. And so Master Kim pivoted. He put out a video explaining some of the safety measures that they're taking. He started holding outdoor classes in the morning, and he started to see some attendance, which is an improvement from where he was, being that COVID-19 essentially closed down his business. Piccolo Trattoria is also my neighbor, and they partnered with a web design agency to try to drive more reviews, that being of paramount importance for a restaurant. And the nail shop has been updating their digital presence as well, updating their website and looking to create appointment apparatuses for people to book appointments online. Hopewell Strong is a collaboration amongst all of us. It started out with a coupon campaign where we're giving out coupons for all of our other neighbors as well as for our own businesses, and trying to drive some new business that way. So here's what the flyer looks like on the left. You'll see that each of us are distributing to our customers. So me as a dry cleaner, I've been stapling them to all of our orders. And then we've also been talking about it online to our respective followings. So for custom cleaners that have gotten 4 redemptions so far, Piccolo's gotten 5. We haven't seen any yet from some of the other ones. But we've also been posting about it, and my organic Facebook post drove a lot of engagement, more so than any of the other organic posts that I've done. Hopewell Strong, this is kind of like a mission statement for it. So it's a community that's stronger than COVID-19. It's small business united as one, business owners banding together to support one another to overcome the crisis. We're providing coupons as a thank you to new customers, really in the hopes that the community and small businesses work together to overcome the crisis. So what's next is doing a social video ad, just explaining more so like what Hopewell Strong is. So the coupons have started and kind of been a teaser, but really want to blow out what Hopewell Strong is and why the community should care about supporting small businesses and how we thank them for their support. And then long term, when COVID-19 is past us and hopefully in the rearview mirror, we want to do a street festival to really celebrate the community getting past it and overcoming it. To also expose us to new customers, drive some trial, and generate some positive attribution from the community. So with that, I want to stop sharing my screen and just turn things over to you guys. But thank you for learning about custom cleaners, and thank you for listening to the Hopewell Strong campaign. And thank you to Galco for sponsoring us and for enrolling us in this course.
Yay!
I'd love to turn it over to Yoel Gutierrez. Yay, good job. Yoel is the coach who's been working hand in hand with Steve and the Galco gang, and would love to have you reflect on what it's been like to work with Steve and the other retailers in Hopewell Crossings, New Jersey.
Hey guys, first of all, congratulations to everybody for making it this far. I thank you, Dan, for starting this for us. We also, so I wanted to first thank Galco because they as a landlord, I haven't seen any landlord be as involved with their small business owners as they have been. So that's been great. Also, Steve, great analytical person, business owner. That was a great presentation. It's been great working with all the business owners, being a small business owner myself, and seeing the growth that we've been able to accomplish together ever since this pandemic started. So congratulations. Steve, you're going to do great, and all the other Galco businesses will do great as well.
I wanted to invite Ross Cohen, if you're open to it, Ross. Ross is one of the owners of Galco. Ross is also the son of my mother's cousin and a dear friend for many years. And Ross kind of was on this journey with us every step of the way, working with these businesses. I want to kind of echo what Yoel said. It's a real visionary landlord that supports his tenants with the tools to grow and survive during COVID-19. I've heard just so many horror stories about landlords treating their tenants despicably during this crisis. And this is just such a refreshing example of the possibilities that emerge when small businesses come together with the support of their community. Ross, are you able to take yourself off mute and just sort of reflect on what it's been like for you to work with everybody?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me right now? Just
Yep.
Okay. All right. Making sure. I'm having a thunderstorm right now, so connection's a little fuzzy. But thanks for the introduction, Dan. How Galco approached this, COVID with all of our tenants is, and I said this from the start, is that a landlord's success. Our philosophy as a landlord's success is derived from its tenant success. Our property is only as successful as the businesses that occupy it and that operate out of it. So it behooves us to work with our tenants, both financially and from a marketing perspective, to make them as successful as possible. When COVID struck, we understood that being a retail landlord in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, that a number of tenants would be having issues, obviously. And especially at Hopewell, where Steve is a tenant, where a number of the tenants who joined us in our partnership with BizHack, they were tenants at our shopping center in Pennington, New Jersey. And they were primarily independent owners. So we knew that ownership like that, or tenants like that, were going to have issues. And so we decided from that point, from when things began to take a turn for the worse and get shut down, that it would be better to work with them. So we reached out to Dan and arranged a program by which we would introduce some of them, those who are willing to participate, into a online webinar course whereby they could pick up the means by which to digital market. Some, like Steve and Jamie and Emily, Jamie and Emily are on this, were more adept at this kind of thing already, but we also were able to loop in those tenants who may not be, and hopefully picked up some useful lessons. And from our perspective, from mine and my father's perspective, is if we can get 2 to 3 tenants across our portfolio to join our partnership with BizHack and learn from it, that ultimately is successful. If we can save 1 tenant, then it was more than worth it, not just from our financial standpoint as a landlord, but also just from being a good member of the community and working together with everyone to help everyone get through this. So that was kind of our philosophy and thinking through this entire thing. And as time goes on, we continue working with those tenants who find themselves in a position of struggling to get demand, struggling to get customers back, and that's kind of what we're how we've been handling and how we continue to handle it.
Perfect, thank you. Alex, you were the lead instructor of this course. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Well, congratulations, everybody, for a great job. So proud of all of you, and nice to see you all here. Steve, fantastic presentation, and I really like the way you analyzed each ad. Hopefully now you see that the you can do the A/B split testing just by having different ads within that ad set, and Facebook will show you through its AI what is working best. I think middle of the funnel education is important. So teaching people why organic cleaning is better and why your services are better. And then bottom of the funnel really is about retargeting and having a good offer, just like you were offering a coupon through Galco and the Hopewell campaign, offering it on Facebook and wherever you're advertising. I would say a couple of other quick hits for you are to improve your Google My Business by adding your website to it, and also improving your ratings on Yelp. Those things still do count. Yelp sucks, we all know that. However, it still does count. People look at it, and get everyone to rate you on Yelp to bring that those ratings up. So I think those and also on your website you could add more content, which will help you rank on Google, because right now if you search for custom cleaners, it's such a generic name that it's hard to find and pop up on search results. So you really have to pay attention to SEO. So these are just observations and quick wins for you. Otherwise, you're doing great, and wish you all the best luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Steve, and a special thanks to Ken and Ross. You guys are amazing. Look forward to catching up with you soon. All right, I'm going to share my screen now again, and I'm excited to introduce our next amazing presenter. Melissa France is an event marketer. She is someone who has worked with bringing to events vendors and artisans, and with COVID-19, her business has been fundamentally and profoundly disrupted. But unlike many event marketers who basically just packed it up, Melissa has shown extraordinary resilience and incredible creativity in her bringing together a campaign that connects some of the best chefs in South Florida with folks who are now suddenly finding themselves needing to cook at home. It's with incredible pleasure that I welcome Melissa France of Event Village, a two-sided marketplace to connect events and artisans. Melissa.
Thank you. So let's see if let me know if, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, Melissa.
Okay, good. All right. So thank you very much, Dan. I appreciate that. As Dan said, I'm the founder and CEO of Event Village. We are an e-commerce platform and live virtual marketplace. And our focus is hyper-focused on local artisans, designers, curators, chefs, and bakers. I've been in the event industry most of my life. I started out working for nonprofits, producing walks, bike tours, galas, and I even produced beer festivals, and I have a typo there. Sorry about that. But most recently, I started producing artisan markets, and I fell in love with the artisan community. I fell in love with their passion and their creativity. So I had originally set out to create a different platform. What I wanted to do was connect vendors with event organizers. I saw a lot of opportunity there where people were just, it was so complicated for them to find each other. And I wanted to take a low-tech industry and try and elevate it a little bit. So originally I started trying to do that, but then the pandemic hit and I had to pivot. I knew I wanted to create something for artisans. I knew that that was where my expertise was, and that was where my heart lied. So literally one morning in March, I woke up and I knew what it was that I wanted to do. I needed to recreate not just an e-commerce platform where I could really focus on promoting local vendors and artisans, but actually tell their stories so people could gain context from what they're doing. But I didn't want just another e-commerce platform. I wanted to recreate that live experience when you go to a market, when you go to an outdoor market. So that's what I started to work on. For my project, I decided I wanted to pull out one of those target markets, and I chose chefs because I love food and I'm a foodie. And they had been the hardest hit, restaurants and hospitality have been the hardest hit during this whole pandemic. People are cooking at home more than ever before. And when they do get home delivery, it's usually either cold or soggy, and it's really not quite the way you remember it was supposed to be. I think restaurant owners have a hard time marketing their restaurants. They get lost in sort of like the sea of other restaurants. People are getting bored with their own cooking. And I started to look at statistics, and I did some research, and I saw that food, meal delivery services were going through the roof in terms of sales. But then I realized that people don't necessarily want to get locked into one food delivery service. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun if we could create something that supports our own local restaurants and chefs through delivering meal kits? I didn't want to be another Uber Eats or another Grubhub. I wanted to create something where people could actually bring the kits home from their favorite chefs, cook at home, be able to post videos where they could see what the chefs were cooking and learn how to do it. So it would be sort of like a fun experience of learning and also creating some great meals for your family. It also helped them to diversify what they were cooking at home. They'd still be getting the same quality ingredients that restaurants used, and also supporting local vendors, farmers, all the fresh food that comes in the kit. And we also have a partnership with a company called Lean Orb. They produce biodegradable and compostable food containers and utensils for the food industry, because being sustainable and eco-friendly is something that's very, very important to us in our mission for Event Village. So I created an ad. First, I did a video views ad, and I got really great results. But then I produced this video where I produced it for leads, and I'll play it for you. Oops. So that was the ad that went out. And their offer was a report on the benefits of offering food kits and then Event Village's sales and marketing program. So they watched the video, they were able to download a report. I collected their email addresses. Then they received the report that had our contact information. We would retarget them with emails, about making appointments with them and talking to them about what the options were for them to be able to be a part of the meal kit program. So I did one ad, and I used the audience from my video view ads, and then I created a lookalike audience to broaden the base, to create more, to create a bigger audience. And I launched it, but I stopped the ad after 2 days because I realized that I attached the wrong lead form. But even though it had the wrong lead form, I did get one lead. So from that ad, I got 706 impressions or views, 6 clicks to actually look at the lead form, and then 1 actual lead. So I redid the ad, and I ran it for 4 days, and I got 3,571 impressions. I had 19 clicks, and I got 7 leads from that. And they were all chef leads, and we're actually working the leads right now. We're in the process of emailing them and trying to schedule phone calls with them about creating a meal kit program for them. My aha moments were many, because as we were an incredible group and I learned so much from so many. I got a lot of inspiration from Alex, our instructor, and of course my coach Cheryl. One of the main things is the ability to razor target your audience through Facebook. That was an amazing thing, and enabled me to really target restaurants and chefs. Learning about Lumen video ads was tremendous. It makes you kind of look like a professional. And I just, all the ways that I could build audiences was kind of an amazing thing that I learned. Let's see, what's next for Event Village? Well, we are currently in the onboarding phase. We're onboarding vendors, which are artisans, curators, designers, all local people in our community that are creating amazing things, as well as restaurants and the chefs. I'll continue targeting our chefs, but I'll also, now that I know how to razor target, I'll be able to razor target artists, antique and vintage people, fashionistas, foodies. You know, it just broadens my world so much. We're also going to be creating online events. So in other words, the way we're all here streaming, you'll be able to stream with, pop into somebody's booth, stream with the vendor and have conversations, and purchase right there on the platform. And that's it. I want to thank BizHack Academy. It was an amazing experience. My coach, Cheryl Cattell, Alex, was an amazing instructor. And one of the extraordinary things about the class is the way everybody really joined together and really lifted each other up. And I thought that that was exemplary. And I just want you to know that the design of that t-shirt was actually done by one of our artisans from Event Village. It's the name of his company is Pink Bastard, and he's an artist, but he also does these stitched t-shirts that are absolutely gorgeous. So I want to thank everybody.
All right, well, Melissa, I get to say a few words, and I just want to say I am so honored to have been on this trip with you. It was just amazing to watch you come. When you first came in, it was like, well, we have all these different things that we can target, and it was just amazing to watch how you started to come in and you started to become more razor targeted and razor focused, and that was just such an honor to really experience. And I know we started with the vegans and vegetarians, and then you have the mind of an entrepreneur who saw an opportunity because of COVID and jumped on the food kits. And that was, I mean, it was just a beauty to behold. And so I want to say thank you for bringing me with you on this. It was really a joy and a pleasure to watch the whole path of 5 weeks. I mean, it feels like it would take a big corporation, because that's where I come from. It would take a big corporation 5 years to make the same kind of, learning and transformations that I've seen you do in 5 weeks. It was really a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Melissa, I'm so proud of you. You have big plans. You've done amazing. We were friends already before. I'm so glad you took this class, and that I was able to show you some things. I think I think you pivoted at a very important time, and that was an important pivot. Your website with the pivot, with content specifically aimed at meal kits and chefs. You bolster that content, you create a page or a series of pages on that, you feature what you're doing, you send your advertising to that page, but you also rank with that on Google search engines. I think, we can see that Blue Apron and these other companies have really boomed with COVID-19. So this is a promising field, but you differentiate yourselves from Blue Apron and all those bland choices by having real chefs. And you could even do like a show like you're doing right now, a weekly show, but you can do a show just on meal kits and chefs, and you can feature different chefs. And you're so well connected and you're passionate about this. I think you could really pull it off and really, really dominate this space of meal kits in Florida, at least.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a great idea. We have all those plans. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. Sorry, it took me a second to unmute. All right, so we're going to be going on to our next presenter. It's going to be Victor Amy. I'm going to do a quick introduction. Victor, if you want to get yourself ready, I'm going to just share my screen and we'll get started with the next presenter. It's become a tradition now here at BizHack to bring back one of our top alumni to come and talk about what happened since they graduated from the program. We do not at all expect that your results are going to come within the 5-week period, although we do see often very extraordinary results in that 5-week period. But marketing is really the long game, and it's what you've learned here and then apply that really makes the difference. And I'm so excited to bring back Victor Amy from Verb Company. Victor is a lifelong PR and communications professional who realized that he needed to understand digital marketing and digital tools in order to stay relevant and competitive in his industry. And he has now leveraged these tools to grow his business internationally. It's with incredible pleasure and joy that I welcome PRSA Fort Lauderdale former president Victor Amy from Verb Company.
Thank you, Dan, for the kind words, and congratulations to all new graduates. Just like you, I graduated from BizHack 1 year back with cohort 11. And more than the story of me, what I want to share is a story of one of our customers, a company called Marco Marketing, which is in a business of field marketing, where they have 4,000 employees across Latin America, and they help their customers sell their products in retail stores. They have only about 30 customers, but each of those customers has a lifetime value of in the millions of dollars, right? So that's the business we're working on, and the story happens in Brazil. And Brazil is a large country of over 200 million people living in cities like Sao Paulo here, which have been heavily impacted by the pandemic. They have over 3 million cases and over 100,000 deaths, which keep growing at a rate of 1,000 deaths per day. So when you put together retail plus heavy pandemic impact, you have a crisis, right? And Marco Marketing was willing to try anything to expand their customer portfolio to mitigate the risk of losing customers in that situation, right? So they were willing to say, here's $1,000 per month to invest on a Facebook leads campaign, and if you can get us about 40 leads after the 3 months, we'll be happy with that. They are trying everything, right, at the same time. So we created this campaign. It's a very simple video saying, "Are you ready to open back up the stores?" And we started experimenting on that. And the first month, we ran a Facebook leads campaign where we split the money in more or less equal parts with a $50 budget per day for each country. And we were running 6 countries, and one of those countries was Brazil, right? So just for Brazil, we got a reach of 10,000 people with a frequency in the range that we were expecting, and got 21 leads at a cost of less than $7 per lead. And the customer came back and said, these leads are too small for us. There's really nothing that we can sell to them, but keep going because we like the quantity compared to our Google ads campaign, where we only got 10 leads, right? So we went, okay, so let's try something different for the second month. First month was June, and second month was July. So we told Facebook to grab $700 and just invest it in the country that got the best results, right? And Facebook did that and blew off the lead of the campaign with 234 leads just in Brazil out of 75 1,000 reach with the same frequency than before. So it's not that they show the ad more times to the same people, but they expanded the reach across the target in a massive way. And we got those leads at only $3, less than $3 per lead. And the best was, customers said, 6 of those leads, we really think we can sell to them. So that's very important, because it could mean potentially, if they actually do sell to them, a return of $300 for each dollar they invested on Facebook. So it's a crazy return on investment, right? So for the next round, we said 2 things. And one of those things was, what can we do to get the same kind of result with our own Facebook ads campaign to get leads for our business, right? And the customer said, listen, when you are 25 years in business, you'll get it. And please, for the next round, make sure to invest in other countries, because Mexico also wants this kind of result as well, right? Colombia, Peru, and so on, with that potential. So there were 2 aha moments across this that I'd like to highlight. And the first one is, nobody thought that we could get that many leads for this kind of business out of Facebook. Not even Facebook, if you judge it by the nonsense how-to steps to download the leads from the page, right? It's just silly. If I were Facebook, I would put this information on your face and you wouldn't be able to not look at it. But Facebook, what they do is they hide it very well. And this is one of the things that customers want us to do as their agency. Not even medium-sized companies like this one, or even less large corporations like our other customers, know how to do this kind of campaign on Facebook. They are paying a lot more per lead. So we are starting to, get curiosity from some other customers, like I'll tell you in a minute. And the other thing, the other aha moment was how different Facebook AI thinks compared to us, to the way we think as humans, right? So take this list of the 60 ads we ran so far in these 2 months, right? And when you look at this list, what we thought was, oh, there's a clear winner. This guy here has 70% of leads. So this is the ad that works the best. What the Facebook AI thinks, though, when looking at a list like this is, oh, I can get you 4 leads if you run this silly ad to these people, to these 1,600 people. So it's a completely different way to think about a marketing campaign that Facebook AI does, right? It's really strange to see that at work. And so next for us is, we got a new customer who is working on launching a new meditation app for the phone. So you can install this app and do your meditations and practice meditation that way. And the reason we got it is because they want social media results, but they don't know how to do it, right? And that's how we ended up getting that account. So that's the story of Marco Marketing and the impact it has had for our business.
Now, Alex, I know that Victor participated before you were a lead instructor of the program. Did you have anything that you wanted to say just from your perspective, formerly with IBM, and about what you saw in Victor's campaign and what he's taken with it?
No, I mean, congratulations on those results. It doesn't surprise me, from having run Facebook campaigns for the hearing aid industry and also other companies. So it is possible, as long as you have the budget to do it. People invest $10, $20, $30, $100,000 a month into Facebook campaigns because there's a return on investment. And so your results show that it is possible. as long as you're making money from Facebook campaigns, why limit your budget? If it's giving you a return on investment, it's better than investing in the stock market or wherever else, right? You're in control. So that's fantastic. And yeah, thank you for bringing up Brazil. It's so heartbreaking. I am half Brazilian myself. And, you know, it's really such a tragedy what's going on. So, yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations, Victor. It's so exciting to see not only how you've taken what we introduced to you and run with it, but just the level of sophistication that you're bringing to the table. I imagine you've probably even shocked yourself a little bit with how far you've come.
It's I know there's a good business for us in using social media marketing this way. And what we are working on right now is how do we make that business real instead of, you know, the classic communications consultancy that we do normally, right?
And I was wondering, you know, you've worked in PRSA. We have a partnership at BizHack with PRSA to try to bring more PR and communications agency owners into the mix. Is there any message that you would have for folks in the PR and communications field about why this type of training and this skill set is essential?
And yes, the message is try to look beyond Facebook as a platform and all the disinformation problems that the platform have, and try to look at it as a communications professional and learn to use Business Manager, the advertising and communications framework that the company offers, right? And it's hard to do because everybody in communications hates Facebook right now. It's a very strong feeling. But as Alex was saying, if you have the results, why would you not take advantage of that, right?
Absolutely. You know, the idea is that Facebook is a tool, and it's a tool that we've seen time and time again help small businesses with small budgets and limited staff grow. And as long as Facebook continues to do that, I will support its use by small businesses as a tool, even as I publicly comment on their really reprehensible privacy practices and other business practices. You know, Facebook has built the better mousetrap. There's no social media platform, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, that gets as consistent results for low budgets as Facebook. And they've really done an impressive job building a platform that can allow small businesses and agencies to grow. So Victor, congratulations. It's been amazing to see your growth. And I'm so grateful to PRSA for all the support it's given. And I look forward to having many PRSA members join our future cohorts. Finally, we're gonna move to our last presenter for this part of the presentation. We do have two presenters as part of the BizHacker Award, but we're gonna go now into another alumnus and two-time BizHacker, Suzanne Jewell. I'm gonna do a quick intro, and then I'd love Alex for you to weigh in. It's with special pleasure that I introduce my friend, my guru, and my guide, Suzanne Jewell, for the second time. Suzanne has taken the course twice to help build up her mindful entrepreneur practice. She is an extraordinary contributor and presence in the program and in the class. I've never seen anyone who's able to express more love, appreciation, and gratitude through a chat than our dear Suzanne. Suzanne specializes in helping startups grow mindfully. You know, there's this expression that says that when you're busy, you should meditate. When you are overwhelmed, you must meditate. The idea is that you cannot possibly accomplish your goals as a small business owner or as an entrepreneur without doing so mindfully and using your time and the way that you present yourself to the world in as conscious a way as possible. Suzanne is the most conscious creator I've ever met, and it's with great gratitude and excitement that I present to you Suzanne Jewell, the Mindful Entrepreneur.
Woo!
Whew, Dan, I think I should just walk away now because that was too gorgeous. I'm seriously, I hope you could see I'm blushing a lot. Thank you. I'm literally so honored to be here. And it is this going back to the well a second time that I'm very excited to share why BizHack has mattered to me. And I've done it now at the bookend of 2018 and now here again in 2020. And my focus of what I've been doing is to actually increase and leverage the viewers that I have to tune-ins for one place I do teach, which is on Wellness Coach and app, and also to create greater brand awareness. And then as Dan very graciously shared, I help startups start up. And I'm even honored to mention that one of my clients here is going to be one of the biz hackers that won the award later on today. So we'll get into that in a moment. But I'll share with you really quickly my background. Not unlike many of the folks here, I have had and spent time in the corporate global TV world. I had worked with the Cisneros family and launched products in 47 countries around the planet, and also did some of the branding for AOL and DirecTV. And prior to that was in the pay-per-view and near video on demand business. So tech, marketing, and the entertainment space is my background. It turned out that I actually felt called after getting off a plane and living on a plane to learn some mindfulness. And I'll tell you that story very quickly in one of the little next slides. But I'm now certified and trained in heart math, positive psychology. I'm a life coach, and I'm the founder of the Mindful Entrepreneur, the host of Mindful Mornings Miami, which is the show that you see there where I get to interview amazing people. And I'm actually a burnout survivor. I'm one of those people who did too much and I burned out. And that's the reason I found my tush on a cush, and mindfulness helped put me back together. My case study today is to help increase tune-in, like I mentioned, grow followers. And my why for doing it was based on having an untapped business opportunity. For example, whenever I have anyone on Wellness Coach, the more butts and seats that I have, the more I get paid. And then I'm also going to be launching very soon my own Kajabi platform that's going to be training and teaching corporate mindfulness, leadership, resilience, and then also private classes with individuals. My goals were to double the tune-in and grow my followers. And drum roll, here's my quick story.
Jewell, the Mindful Entrepreneur. I thought I'd take a moment today to actually share with you why mindfulness matters to me so much. And it's because some years ago when I was traveling the globe like a maniac, after I'd left the corporate global TV business, I burned out. I actually ended up in the emergency room with anxiety attacks. And I was so full of cortisol and my circadian rhythms were so upside down. I was sleeping at daylight and I was awake at night. And it was mindful meditation and emotional regulation and other turns of learning resilience that put me back together again. So that's one of the reasons why I love to live, work, create, and play now in a mindful way. It saved my life. Follow me if you'd like to learn more.
So that format I've been using to be able to do the goals I had of increasing awareness, followers, and tune-in. And I happened to focus a lot on LinkedIn, and I gathered between July and August almost, you can see 600 additional followers. And here's the drum roll news for today. I landed yesterday the Miami Foundation as a new corporate wellness client. They'd been seeing the videos that I had been doing, and I am now going to twice a month be running their Wednesday wellness programs for their entire leadership team. So yay from that. And then I also booked 2 other leadership training opportunities that are coming up later on. And then I also increased my wellness class size by 20%. More people were signing up, but not as many people showed up, which is up to everyone who signs up. You got to still show up. What were my biggest ahas in being in the course? It's that I have this crazy MacGyver engineering hacker head of like, if I can't figure it out this way, I'll figure it out that way. Video works for me. It turns out to be that I'm a really good storyteller and that I am the brand. I also think it's important for me, having come from the TV business where everything was produced and edited and made to look very flashy. Authenticity right now beats flash. And as a Virgo, this last one's really hard for me to live, but done is better than perfect. And that is like, okay, go. It's better to go than it is to stay. And what's next for me in terms of where I'm at is branding the Mindful Jewel with the Kajabi platform, continuing to increase the number of corporate mindfulness masterclass offerings I have. And those are going to be Mindful Way of Leadership, Being Human 101, and Student Life Skills, continuing some of my outreach. And then I also want to just share very quickly that I could not have gotten here without this really interesting combination of mindfulness, marketing, and motivation, and to have the family that I feel held here by. I didn't get here because I'm a yoga teacher. I got here because I was burning out and burning the candle at both ends. And Dan's organization, 2 years in a row now doing this, have offered me the opportunity to build a better mousetrap myself about how I can do what I'm doing. So thank you very much. I'm literally so honored.
Suzanne, congratulations. Congrats on the new client. That's amazing. And on all the work you've done and on your Mindful Mornings show. So as you see, I'm giving advice on like steps towards the future. You can take it or leave it. But this is what I observe when I look. And so I would suggest, you've been sharing your videos on Facebook, which is great. You are comfortable on video. I would suggest that giving YouTube another try. I know you've given it a try. Maybe you became discouraged with it. I would suggest that you keep on persevering with YouTube. It is the second largest search engine in the world, and your YouTube contributes to your website's SEO. And in the descriptions of your YouTube, you add links to your website, to your social media, to your Kajabi, whatever it is you're doing. Each time you post something, you have a good description and you add links. It all works together, and Google likes it when you have stuff on YouTube that links back to what's on the web. And I think that if you gave it another try, I think you'll see some results. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that from you so very much. And you're right. Here we go. Fall back down, get back up again. You know, off to YouTube we go.
Yeah, it takes some time, but you know, be patient. Invite everyone over there and grow it slowly over time.
Thank you.
And I just want to add, you know, Suzanne, you're such a gifted communicator, and you have such an important message to share, a message that's never been more important. And so I definitely invite you to continue to lean into the thought leadership and the content marketing, and to kind of look for ways digitally to continue to express the beautiful essence of that you have. So I really look forward to seeing, especially once you've created the Kajabi online course, watching you continue to grow your platform. And thank you for coming with us and joining us for a second round.
I'm honored, thrilled, and I couldn't be happier to share this with all of the biz hackers who are here. And I'm here to support you in any way it can.
So I'm going to share my screen again. This is the amazing learning journey that each of you have taken over the course of this semester, these 5 weeks. The blue line is where you started and the red line is where you are today. And I'm so proud to see that telling your business story is the area you feel most comfortable. It's the core of your marketing. And without that, everything else is difficult or impossible. If you don't know how to tell your story in a way that's differentiated and memorable, it's very hard to have success with digital marketing. I also wanted to invite each of you, if you haven't yet, to please fill out the final feedback survey, as well as the digital marketing test, so you can each get your own personalized learning journey report. Trust me, it's a really valuable resource to figure out where you're going to go next with this amazing work you've done over this last 5 weeks. I wanted to also take a moment and talk about this group of the Mad Hackers and the community that you built. There were 5 ways in which you just completely wowed us as instructors. The first is we created a WhatsApp group for you guys to share and collaborate. And we saw 10 times the traffic on that WhatsApp group than we've ever seen in the past. Milu Williams, our first Argentinian participant, one of 7 international students that were in this cohort, went ahead and renamed the group. And it was in that moment, around week 2 or 3, when I knew that the mad hackers were taking over, and that the mad hackers, the members of the asylum were taking over the madhouse. We then formed, under the direction of instructors Neto and Cheryl, a LinkedIn pod to help us increase our organic traffic on LinkedIn posts. And 20 of you, more than half the class, raised your hand and said we wanted to be a part of it. And there's been incredible activity on that LinkedIn pod using what is essentially a BizHack to help get 10 times as much viewership on your LinkedIn posts. And I believe that that pod is going to continue into the future and be a lasting resource and asset for all of you. When we took a week off to take a breather, a catch-up week, Veronica and Farouk stood up and helped lead a self-organized peer-to-peer coaching session where you guys, without the instructors, got together and helped one another. And it was just such an extraordinary thing to see the community lifting each other up in such a profound way. And then finally, the depth of the bonds and the community that you built was so strong that you were compelled to order a t-shirt, which if you haven't gotten it yet, you'll be getting it in the mail soon. Mad Hackers 2020, we're all mad here, BizHack. And we were able to use a local artisan, part of the event village marketplace, and very grateful to Melissa Franz for organizing that, and to all of you guys for designing the logo, ordering the t-shirt, and making that all happen. It's really just such a miracle when you create something like this course, you know, and then you see the participants and the instructors just run with it and make it their own. And I'm so proud of all of you and the work you did this semester, and frankly, humbled and impressed at the community that you built and the community moving forward that you're going to become a part of, the more than 500 businesses that are in our alumni network. We're going to have another round of the raffle now. The first, and Lilia will announce the winner, is one free press release draft and distribution by the amazing Georgie Borod.
So the winner is Ruthann Smith.
Congratulations, Ruth-Ann, one of the first season pass holders for our BizHack Live series. Ruth-Ann actually suggested the idea that we run with. Next is Larico Enterprises is offering 40% off any service. That's business planning, management, payroll, and taxes, plus a free 30-minute consultation.
That goes to Ross Cohen.
Oh, congrats, Ross, from Galco. And I got to say, Shamila, I've been so impressed by the way you've been able to adapt your real-life campaign in support of Larico Enterprises and bring such value to the friends and family business. Sometimes people will join the course who are part of large companies, and it can be a little difficult sometimes to execute a real-life campaign in the context of a large organization. And you know, Shamila, you showed such perseverance and resilience, and you've really helped Larico in a really profound way. So thank you for all your amazing work this semester. I want to take advantage of having everybody on the call for a class photo. So I'd ask everybody, if you haven't already, please turn on your video. And we're going to do a couple straight photos and then a couple crazy ones, as is our tradition.
Then can you...
So Lilia will lead the photo taking. And
can you share your screen so I can see the grid of everybody?
Absolutely. And Alex, if you're able to join us, I see that you stepped away from the desk, but it would be great to have you. Anybody else want to turn on their video? I know a number of you haven't. Anyone in the class, definitely, please do.
Where are you? I don't see you, Steve. On the other side.
Todd Billings, if you can do it.
Okay.
Great.
Well, we're still missing Melissa and Steve.
Alexandra.
Okay, so make sure you open your eyes, smile. Okay, I'm gonna count. We have two screens, so hold your smile there. So 1, 2, 3. Going to the other screen. Hold that smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Now the crazy one, that was the boring one. So
This is your magic hands moment. So
hold your pose. One more. So 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
great job, everybody. Thank you for that. All right, I'll continue sharing my screen now. Thanks for all the kind words, and we are going to. All right. I'm so excited now to introduce the amazing teaching team that made this all possible. We have a couple of certificates to deliver, and then for the instructors, and then I'm going to hand it over to Alex to say a few words and introduce the members of the Mad Hackers. So Alex de Carvalho, it has been such a pleasure to work with you for the last 3 courses. I've learned so much about marketing and myself and about life from you. You're an incredible talent and an incredible soul, and I'm so glad to have you be a part of this. Alex is formerly with IBM and Constant Contact. He's worked at startups as well as Fortune 50 companies, and he brings to bear the understanding of how to work in a small budget, but to leverage the best practices of some of the top digital marketers in the world. He was backed up by an extraordinary team of marketing coaches, Cheryl Cattell, who has a long history, not only as a digital marketer, but as an organizer of the South Florida Integrated Marketing Association, building it up to the preeminent digital marketing association in South Florida. Ricardo Veras, an agency owner and specialist in working with small businesses. He also has a little bit of a musical surprise for us coming up at the end of today. You're going to be really shocked when you see it. Neto Almanza, videographer extraordinaire, BizHack alumnus, and incredible creative soul. And Yoel Gutierrez, the owner of Mosquito Joe's Miami, a pest control company that despite COVID has doubled in size this year. Yoel led the Galco group and helped craft and bring along both Steve and the Hopewell Strong campaign. Incredible pleasure to have you guys be a part of this and to work with you. I wanted to acknowledge this was Cheryl's first time with us as a marketing coach. You stood out for your intelligence, your passion, and your strong, smart, no-nonsense advice. I want to award you a certificate as a certified marketing coach of BizHack Academy. Thank you so much. And feel free to say a word if you'd like.
I'd like to thank the Academy. And no, I really, it was a joy. It really was a joy to work with the team that I got to be a part of. I feel blessed. I feel like I should give you a certificate.
Oh, thank you. And I'm very excited to announce that she's agreed to participate in the coming semester, which starts in September. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but it'll be great to have you back.
Thanks.
I also wanted to recognize Joel Gutierrez, who worked as a marketing instructor of the Galco program, in a part of the marketing coach team in prior cohorts. Yoel, congratulations. You are now a certified lead instructor. Would you like to share a word or two?
Sure. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It was the first time I led a course like this. It is one of my aspirations to become a business coach. So this was definitely pointing me in the right direction. So thank you so much, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. And now it's my distinct pleasure to hand it over to my dear friend, Alex de Carvalho, to give out the certificates and say a few words about these amazing Mad Hackers. Over to you, Alex.
Great, thank you, Dan, and congrats also on the coaching team. You already know, I've already expressed how grateful I am to all of you and what a great job you did and what a pleasure it's been collaborating with you. So I won't repeat that, but thank you again. And I'm so proud of the graduating class, all the effort you put in, all your participation. You really made it a pleasure for me to to interact, collaborate with you all. So Alexandra Rivas, congratulations.
Thank you.
And Liana, congratulations to you and all your efforts with the videos and figuring it all out. Fantastic. And Milu, thank you for all your effort and all the participation in class. It was wonderful. Antoinette, for the second time, thank you. And congrats on all your business success. It's truly amazing and inspiring. And Kurt, congratulations. Demario, also congratulations. Thank you for being in the class. And Eddie, congratulations. And also, Eddie, I wanted to congratulate you because we have now a Jamaican woman on the ticket, on the democratic ticket. So that must be a great pride to your country. So congrats on that as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It has been a pleasure.
Farouk, I think Farouk's not online, but what a pleasure it's been to collaborate with Farouk. He's been such a great, participant from Britain. So it was always late at night for him when he joined us, and he brought so much to the class. So congrats, Farouk. And Frederica, congratulations to you. Gerard, also congratulations. And Gerard has an interesting story because his Facebook advertising was not validated by Facebook, so he had to make changes to it. And the important lesson there, I think, for everyone to bear in mind is on the advertising you do on Facebook, you cannot try to qualify people. So you cannot ask people questions like, do you have hearing loss? Or are you strapped for cash? Or did you get divorced and need to move? Facebook will not allow those kinds of questions because you're trying to qualify people within the ad. So Facebook only allows you to target according to the targeting criteria, but you cannot ask additional targeting questions within the ad itself. You have to reposition the ad, and you will know through the behavior of people whether they're qualified. Did they click on your ad? Did they fill out the lead form? So that was a great learning lesson from Gerard, which I think applies to everybody. Gina, congratulations. Thank you for being a part of the class, and also you had such wonderful words. And I think what's a little bit, we shouldn't lose sight of the fact that, we've all been like in lockdown and quarantined. And so beyond just being like a class to learn, it's also a place to come, be social, and meet people and create friendships. And I think, Gina, you really brought that out for us and made us aware that this was the additional layer to what's going on here, is the community feel in the class. So thank you, Gina. Georgie, thank you. You put so much effort into this, and I think it showed because I think you got over 20 or 30 leads. Your sales cycle is longer. It might take some months, but hopefully those are qualified leads for you. Even if you just get one, it's gonna give you a return on investment on the whole thing. So congratulations and thank you for all the effort and participation. Jamie from Galco, also thank you for being a part of the class. Janelle, congratulations. Thank you. Jasmine, also, thank you for being a part of the class. Kate Sackman, also, thank you so much. I know you're a friend of Dan's, and thank you for taking this class. Also, hopefully it was helpful and useful for you. Christina, thank you so much for taking the class, for completing. For sending us the final presentation, and congratulations. Leslie, congratulations. Thank you. Liana, Thank you so much for being a part of the class, and congratulations. Is that a repeat? Because I think I saw Liana already before. But anyway, that might be a repeated slide. Mark Daniel, also for the second time, congrats on all the efforts you're making and all the moves you're making. Fantastic. Maxine, congratulations and thank you for being a part. And Melissa, my dear friend Melissa, who I've known for years, congratulations on everything you're doing and your pivots and your passion and go-getter attitude. It's really truly inspirational.
Thank you.
Rita, congratulations. Thank you for being a part. And Shamila, thank you. Your sweetness, I think your sweetness really stood out for me. You made everything so great. So thank you so much for your participation. And Sarid, congrats. You know, you inspired me to buy a bamboo toothbrush. So even becoming more eco-conscious. So fantastic. Good luck to you. Hope it all works out. And your digital nomad lifestyle. Fantastic stuff. And Steve, congrats on your efforts. I know COVID hit you hard. Hopefully you've gained some skills here that are gonna, take you forward, and also with the support of Galco. Hopefully that all turns around for you. Thank you. Steve Cohen, congratulations. Thank you for being a part of the class. And Susan Howell, what a pleasure it's been. Hopefully someday we're going to be able to meet up after this whole COVID thing. We're looking forward to a party at your place. Okay, I'm going to hold you to that. But also congrats on your Friday webinars. I think they could be longer. There's no reason to leave them at 30 minutes. Whoever can't stay for the hour leaves, but you could do an hour. I think that would give it more space. So I think that would be fantastic. And, thank you also for all the effort you put in. You really did put in a lot of effort. And I think hopefully it shows in results. Suzanne Jewell, I mean, I've known you for years and I've seen you evolve, and congratulations on all you do and all the mindfulness you bring to, to the community, to South Florida, to the world. Keep doing what you're doing. It's really, truly a blessing, and it's a blessing to know you. Todd Billings, congrats. You were so successful with your advertising. First of all, your video ads are beautiful. So congrats on the quality that you put into it. They made me hungry with your baked goods. But also, congrats on the success of your advertising. I mean, you reached the limit where you could not produce enough because of the demand, so you had to cut the advertising down. So that's an incredible success, and that really shows that now it's time to ramp up on the business operations side, somehow expand or improve processes so that you can meet additional demand. I find this an incredible success story, so congrats. Veronica, thank you for being a part. For all the effort you put in, for the presentation you made, and for your for your energy. So thank you for being a part of the class.
Perfect. Thank you, Alex. And I wanted to give Neto Almanza, an alumnus and one of our BizHack coaches, a chance to quickly say a few words before we go on to the BizHacker Award ceremony.
Yes, and just before that, Dan, I just wanted to point out that what a pleasure it is to teach and to start to get to know each person individually and their business and their challenges and how they've grown in the 5 or 6 weeks and what they've done. I'm truly surprised myself as I was reading these names at how much I knew about what they had done and their, their own businesses. So I find that a real pleasure and, nice collaboration. So thank you. Over to you, Neto.
So I've been in 4 different cohorts, 1 as a student and 3 as a coach. And I got to say that if I have to describe this group in one word, it would be spirit. You guys have phenomenal spirit. You're all go-getters, very friendly, easygoing. And I want to congratulate all of you for taking this course. You can always feel free to message me if you have any questions about video or video ads. I'm here to help. And so once again, congratulations. And it was an honor being a part of this very special and spirited cohort.
Well said, Neto, and thank you. So this is really kind of a highlight for me now of the ceremony. This is essentially the valedictorian of the class. But what makes this BizHacker Awards so special is it is 100% determined by the other participants in the class, voting on one of their colleagues who best exemplify what we call BizHacker mentality. The BizHacker mentality is fearlessness in the face of fear, the willingness to embrace the new, to constantly experiment, to dare to fail gloriously. And we added this hashtag, never say die. Our last semester's BizHacker Award winner was someone who survived COVID and promised herself that she would build up her business if she were able to survive it. A mother of three, she survived, and she's now building her business and her better life as a result. And it's two extraordinary presenters, one whose life was also touched, as many of ours has been, by COVID. I want to welcome Frederica Walker. Frederica Walker is an extraordinary talent, and I'm going to do a quick introduction, Frederica, and then I'm going to let you share your screen for your presentation of your real life campaign. The other BizHacker Award winner, we've had two because we had a tie, is Suzanne Howell. Susan, you'll present right after Frederica. Susan is an extraordinary storyteller who combines the hard and the soft, as you're going to hear very shortly. Frederica Walker, our cohort 14 BizHacker Award winner, is an extraordinary story of resilience in the face of tremendous challenges. Frederica had someone very close to her in her church, the pastor, come down with COVID, and she had to take over pastoral duties and community leadership, and somehow managed in the same 5 weeks to put together an extraordinary case study in digital marketing and resilience. It's with great pleasure I introduce BizHacker Award winner Frederica Walker.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan, and my mad hackers. This is such an honor this afternoon. Let me share my screen. Okay, can you all see it?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right. Again, my name is Frederica Walker, and I am honored to be here on this afternoon. The story of me. I received a divine revelation my senior year in college with instructions to change my major to mass communication. I did, and later landed myself an internship back home with the #1 rated R&B and hip hop radio station in the Miami market, 99 Jams. I eventually got hired full time and worked in various departments from sales to programming and promotions. It was there that my intellect and love for all things marketing really took flight. My boss at the time would tell me that I had a special way of connecting with people, influencing and making things happen, and push me to start my own company. The idea was great, but what would I do and what would I call it? I reflected back to my childhood and the words that I would have printed on the back of my t-shirts, apple dumpling, which always drew a smile and conversation. The missing piece came from my college friend that reminded me that no matter what I was faced with, or whenever there was an issue, I always seemed to come up with a solution. In 2016, after 24 years of working in radio, I got laid off. I decided then to take the bull by the horn and move forward. My name is Frederica Walker, and I am the CEO and creative solutionist for Apple Dumpling Solutions, marketing and consulting firm. My real life campaign. Hey girl, the Good Girlfriends Network. In joining BizHack, my goal was to focus on my marketing firm and to go through the process of making improvements and strengthening my digital knowledge. After the first week of class, my thoughts shifted and I decided to turn my attention to my brand that I was launching under the umbrella of my marketing firm. Hey Girl, the Good Girlfriends Network. So what is Hey Girl? Hey Girl is a subscription-based network for women to engage and interact with one another. Our vision is to connect with good girlfriends, women who are positive in nature, fun to be around, and inspired to explore life to its fullest with no apologies. The vision is to do monthly meetings, monthly meetups, girlfriend getaways, Hey Girl, the 2021 conference, and so much more. And then the pandemic hit. A soft launch of this event was actually done in 2019, and the response was great. My thought was to continue with events while I figured out the dynamics of the actual platform. Then I would draw in my good girlfriends. Then COVID changed that, so I had to pivot. My first coaching call with Ricardo was insightful. As I started sharing my concept of Hey Girl and I watched how Ricardo's face lit up, I released the thought that I had to hold on to the thought of doing my platform, and I released that thought and just decided to shift and consider moving to a different direction, and that was developing a Facebook group. We were able to walk through the customer journey and what it would look like, and I was able to go back to the drawing board and put in some more work. Hey Girl, the Good Girlfriends Network Facebook group. Now it was time to build. I was reflecting back on my instructor, our instructor, Alex's presentations on consumer personas and segmentation. I then was able to take a look at myself and some of my good girlfriends, and I mapped out a worksheet of what and who they represented, along with some other pain points that they might have had or I might have had. I was able to take and form those customers' personas by looking again at my good girlfriends, looking at who they are, where they were located, and some things that they like to do. And that insight, I was able to move forward with my target marketing research and my development in order for me to move forward with my campaign. Here's a snapshot of the customer journey that I came up with. Of course, running the Facebook ad, creating a lead magnet, of course, that would attract the attention of the good girlfriends, automated email response, of course, greeting them and welcoming them to the Facebook group, them having an opportunity to do a questionnaire just before they were allowed into the group, and then, of course, answering, a couple of questions, and then upon approval being entered into the group, they would be greeted with a welcome video, some other units to complete, and just an opportunity to get connected and encouraged through the process. And here is the 15-second ad that I created. Oh, okay. And this is my landing page that I also created for those individuals that were interested in connecting. I wanted to provide information on what the Good Girlfriends Network represented, and just to show some excitement in inviting positive women into the movement. Of course, this was a great plan, a great thought. The course itself was amazing. And then I got news, as Dan mentioned before, that my pastor had contracted COVID-19. And of course, in the role that I play, because I am a minister at my church and very involved in other aspects of our learning center and other projects that we had, I had to shift my focus and pretty much tend to the needs of those things that were left on the table, as well as tending to our ministerial team, as well as our congregation of those individuals that knew to press through as it relates to praying for our pastor. So my mindset had to shift. I'm saying all of this because I was not able to run my ad. Again, my brain was scattered, of course, in what was going on, but it was okay because I knew my purpose of coming to BizHack, and I knew and I was determined to move forward regardless to what was taking place. As I mentioned, I did not run my ad because, again, during the 2.5, 3 weeks as I entered the class, this is when this happened, of course, with my pastor. I can say that, you know, obviously there's great news. He was able to be released from the hospital and he's doing well. He's recouping. So prayer does work. So at the end of the day, my aha moment is that digital marketing is where it's at. Hey Girl will really come to life and spread its positive good girls energy and movement. And I'm not going to stop until it takes place. What's next? The response from my classmates have been amazing, although I did not get to spend that much time collaborating and conversating with them. But the energy within itself was amazing, and the push to go forward was intriguing, to say the least. I have, even though I did not get to run my ad yet, have an opportunity to collect some business leads and make some business connections here within the group, and I'm excited about that. What's going to happen moving forward? Of course, I'm going to gather the results from my Facebook ad, which I am slated. I'm sorry, hold on. Sorry about that. Slated to run on starting next week. I'll, of course, gather the results from the Facebook ad. I will nurture and grow Hey Girl, the Good Girlfriends Network Facebook group. I will create offers and continue to build the group. And I want to take the group from free, of course, to a paid subscription once we get connected and we're able to move to that point. The very end, I want to follow the success of my campaigns as well as what Good Girlfriends is going to do. And I want to spread that energy and connectivity as well as collaboration throughout the community and with this brand. Again, my name is Frederica Johnson Walker. I am the creative solutionist of Apple Dumpling Solutions Marketing and Consulting Firm, and I'm excited about Hey Girl, the Good Girlfriends Network. Wow.
Congratulations. I want to welcome Ricardo up, who is coaching you this semester, Ricardo.
Yes.
Frederica, wow, congratulations.
Thank you,
did
Ricardo.
A fantastic job. I've watched you grow, and I think you're onto something here. And you know, when we first met, I told you I'm in love with the apple dumpling. It's such an interesting name. But the Hey Girl, I believe it's timely, and I think you are the perfect person to do it. Because of your personality and your drive, and so kudos to you. And I really look forward to hearing a lot more around the success of this platform. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Alex? Okay, so we'll move on. So we're going to have one more BizHack Award presentation, which I'm very excited to introduce. Let me share my screen. And Susan, if you could get yourself ready, we will start with you in 1 second. Susan Howe, our BizHacker Award winner, is an extraordinary case study in messaging and the power of story and brand. She is someone who worked as a federal investigator, who now is, through her own personal life experience, become a coach for people on how to manage their finances and their money. And she's able to combine the hardness that comes with being an investigator with the softness of the best coaches. It's with incredible pleasure that I welcome Susan Howell. I want to make one point before she presents, which is Facebook algorithms recommend short videos, 12 seconds when you run an ad. Susan ignored that guidance, and she went and put together a 1-minute video that had extraordinary response from her audience. And it's a beautiful case study exhibiting something that Pablo Picasso says, which is you want to learn how to paint like an artist, so you want to learn the rules like an artist so you can break them. Oh boy, I messed this one up. You want to learn the rules like a painter so you can break them like an artist. I'm going to take this one from the top because that was, I mucked that up. Susan Howell is our BizHacker Award winner and is an extraordinary case study in the power of not necessarily listening to the rules and following your gut when you're marketing. The guidance generally from Facebook is that you want to keep your videos to about 12 seconds, but Susan recognized that her audience needed to hear more from her than she could say in 12 seconds, and her video had extraordinary results. And it's one thing to know what the rules are in marketing, and it's another one to be able to use your gut and your instinct and to respond to what your audience needs. It's with incredible pleasure that I welcome Susan Howell to the stage, the Money Maestra. Susan.
Susan, you're on mute.
You're on mute. And you were sharing and now you're not.
Okay. Can you see my
No, you were sharing, but now you're not.
Huh. That's strange. On mine, I'm sharing. Okay. Letting me share. Can you see that?
No. Now we can.
Now you can, right? Okay. My name is Susan Howell, and I'm the Money Maestra. I created Money Maestra to take the stress and fear out of money and put back in the freedom and fun. I believe you should be able to choose your life. What I learned, this is where I grew up. This is the front porch of where I grew up. What I learned there is if I didn't figure out money, I would be trapped. Money meant freedom to me. I also learned that I had to spend time in nature, and I befriended the animals that lived across the street from me, the squirrels, and learned to just be by myself and think about what I wanted in life. I also was the first person to graduate from college in my family. And then I went on to work for the federal government, first on the civil side with IRS, and then as a special agent with the IRS and the Department of Justice Inspector General. And I also began investing at a very young age. Because of my financial habits and strategy, I was able to retire at 50. I created Money Maestra because I know that financial responsibility equals financial freedom, but I did not see this readily being taught in homes, schools, or society. I want to transform the way people relate to money. But first I needed to get the word out. So I joined BizHack and the Digital Marketer's Edge because we're all mad here. for my case study, I focused on a class that I just finished teaching last Saturday called Women, Money, and Relationships. It was a 3-part series. It was the first time I was going to be teaching this. So this is where I broke the rules. Instead of a 15 or 12 or 15-second ad, I did a 59-second ad, and I'm going to play it for you because it had incredible results.
Hi, my name is Suzanne Howell, and I'm the Money Maestra. I'm here to help you learn how to budget like a boss, how to take the stress and fear out of money, and put back in the freedom and the fun, to learn about the joy of money. This summer, Money Maestra is offering a very special 3-part series titled Women, Money, and Relationships. Money affects all of our relationships, starting with a relationship with ourselves. So learn to unpack your money story. My money story started when I was a young girl. On Friday evenings, my father would come home from work, open up his wallet, peel off bills to my mother. She didn't work or drive, and tell her to make it last for the week. That was after he had already stopped at the package store and the local bar on his way home. I vowed that would never be me. And I was able to change my money story and change my life. So ladies, join us this summer for Women, Money, and Relationships. Let's talk about money. I'm Suzanne Howell, the Money Maestra.
So that was my ad. And then, sorry.
Hi, my name is Suzanne Howell. And
Little glitch. But then my next ad, which was somewhat similar, was my lead generation ad, and it absolutely tanked. And I put in the same audience, and I really couldn't figure out what happened. But it was getting close to the start of my class, and I needed to get enrollment up. So I pivoted. I decided to go back to my organic approach of MailChimp, my MailChimp email campaign, texting and Facebook messaging, Facebook and Instagram posts, and good old-fashioned word of mouth. I told everyone I knew about the class and said, it's going to be really good. You want to take the class. So the results were good. I had 14 women in the class. I created a private Money Maestra Wise Women Facebook group for everyone in the class. And there is an interest in extending the class. The women in the class got so much out of it that they want me to continue the class and extend it. And I generated lots of feedback in the class, which is helping me grow as a business and as a person. And I felt that this class really, Money Maestra is starting to make a positive difference in the world of money and in relationships. And for me, I can feel my dreams unlocking. My big ahas were, I didn't know how much I did not know about digital marketing until I took this class. The importance of video ads. Before this class, I was doing still ads. I was not doing video ads. And for me, soft and strong works. I'm strong. I was a federal agent. I broke down doors, but I'm also very soft. And it's the combination of both that make me authentically me. And it works for my brand. And a bit of the veil of digital marketing has been removed. And I want to give a big thank you to BizHack. And where do I go next? My Women, Money, and Relationships will be on a calendar schedule. I'm creating a Money Maestra paid subscription money tribe. I'm continuing to expand the reach of my bespoke budgeting, the Budget Like a Boss program. I'm offering a menu of various financial topics for online classes, lunch and learns, speaking engagements, and traveling to teach and present once COVID is over. And I also want to end with a very special announcement of a collaboration with my cohort in this class, my startup coach, and my dear friend, Suzanne Jewell. We are collaborating and bringing you Susie Squared, and our first workshop is the Mindful Money Negotiation Workshop. I'm turning it over to Suzanne to explain further.
I'm super honored that I'm watching you, and I'm hardly able to talk because you are building a new life like a boss, and it's just an honor to watch you shine. Susan and I are going to combine mindfulness and how to act from speaking up and speaking out so that you can get what you ask for, because there are a lot of women who are very challenged by that. And I could not be more honored to say that combining our boldness with our business expertise with our brains makes everyone who joins Soft and Strong, and come join us. And if you want to get a 15% off, BizHack 15, please join us. We would love to have you there.
Fabulous. Neto.
just want to say that when we first started, Dan asked me who I thought had the potential to be a superstar. And the first name that came to my mind was Susan. I immediately spoke wonderful things. And even when we had our first coaching session, I was telling you how you got what it takes to be a public figure. And you're based on the statistics, I was blown away that your 1 minute horizontal video ad had so much engagement. It was surprising because I was so insistent to be square video in 15 seconds. Yet you did the opposite and was still very successful. I'm very proud that you are one of the superstars of this group. You got what it takes, and you have so much potential. Congratulations on the Suzy Square. I think that's phenomenal, very creative, and both of you have very, I said the word spirit that reflected the group, but I think both of your spirits combined are great chemistry that will attract a lot of people that you can help along the way. So I'm very proud of you, Suzanne, and congratulations.
Thank you, Neto.
So I wanted to, my internet fell off, so I'm back. I wanted to acknowledge both BizHack Award winners. Frederica, I acknowledge all the work you put in and all the challenge that you went through and the faith that saw you through. It's really truly inspiring. Your work on the personas, on the customer journey, the lead form, your visuals, your creativity. There's so much passion behind what you do. Hey girl, you rock. Thank you. That was awesome. Susan, really, I think what a wonderful revelation you had that you are the brand, and to do that personal video where you show up to others in that video, and that allows people to see who you are and who they would be working with. It is so important. Video really is the dominant medium in today's advertising, and you really took that leap, which is a challenge for most people, and you did it, and you saw great results. I would say going forward, study how other people are doing it, see what techniques they're doing, see how they do it. Look at also videos and stories like Instagram stories, Messenger stories, and how people show up in those videos. I think you'll learn some things from what they're doing. They say learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist, and that's what you've done here. I would say your big challenges, I think, are also in SEO, really, which is meaning the content and how you do that content, I think is important, and also social media and connecting to others and bringing them back to your site. I think with your women's group, you can get reviews for what you're doing, and I think reviews will be important for you. It's also an SEO thing. And also the collaboration with Suzanne makes entire sense. Money is energy, and once you understand money is energy, you tap into the abundance that exists in the universe, and money is abundant. And if you get into that mindset, and I think that's why it makes so much sense to be mindful about money. So congratulations and thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to share my screen for a couple quick announcements, and then a little last raffle and the musical surprise. Thank you guys for sticking with us. This has been just moving and inspirational. So I wanted to announce that applications are now open for cohort 15, which starts next month on September 14th. If you know of anyone who you think could benefit, please have them apply at apply.bizhack.com. This is an application-only course. We really cultivate the best entrepreneurs, business owners, and marketers to create the group that you guys have experienced. And we want your references and your referrals. That really helps us build the best class possible. I want to remind you that we are offering scholarships to minority-owned business owners and women-owned businesses, as well as females and professionals of color. You can get to that by try.bizhack.com. These are the key links I also put them in the chat. Please spread the word and give this experience to other people. It's the gift, give the gift of BizHack. We're going to be having a scholarship information session this Friday at noon. It's at bizhack73.eventbrite.com. All of this information is going to be in a follow-up email that you're going to be getting after graduation. So keep an eye out for that. This is the BizHack Live Wednesday webinar series, and we have some amazing webinars coming up, so you can continue your learning journey. Most of the sessions are free and open to the community. Next week, we're going to have Richard Shapiro, who's the president of the Center for Client Retention, talking about 5 tips to get your customers back, incredibly relevant in the time of COVID. In September, we're going to have 2 amazing sessions, one led by our own Yoel Gutierrez, newly minted lead instructor on Google My Business. And then after that, TikTok and TikTok advertising. TikTok's been in the news. In September, they're being threatened to be banned in the United States by the current president. We will see. But for now, the session is on. We're going to do a small business guide to marketing on TikTok. They just added an advertising platform similar to Facebook's last month. So it's really brand new that you're starting to see ads in TikTok. And I've noticed that in my own browsing on TikTok. We have a couple more thank you gifts to give away, and Lilia will announce the winners. The first is from Illustrated Properties, Leslie Savin, a complimentary real estate consultation, and the winner is?
Susan Windmiller.
Congratulations, Susan. We also have $14 off of any order at the Sweet Rustic Bake Shop, which can take you pretty far, and the winner is?
Christine Wing.
Perfect. And then finally, 10% off the Budget Like a Boss program that Susan just presented.
The winner is Arthur Heiss. Sorry, Arthur Heiss.
Congratulations, Arthur. It's good to see you on here. So now I want to hand it over to Ricardo Barris. Believe it or not, Ricardo has written a song dedicated to the Biz Hackers. Ricardo, if you want to say a few words, and then we'll play the song.
Well, yeah, thanks, Dan. Thanks again, everyone. You've done a phenomenal job in choosing to take this program, and I hope you will go out and share it. You are now evangelists, essentially, and so we hope that you've been convicted, that you can now spread the word of BizHack and the good news of BizHack and the transformation it has done in your life and your businesses. The song, so as a composer, I often write a song, and it's a surprise to a lot of folks who are not essentially a part of my personal community that I'm a recording artist, and I do write music. And my psychic name on iTunes and anywhere there's music is Ricky Anthony. So you might Google that and find me there. This song that I penned was over the last cohort 13. I witnessed the triumphant endurement of the 5-week program of several businesses, some of the owners who actually contracted COVID essentially during that period as well, and fought throughout the entire program and graduate, and also made top presenters, and it was really amazing for me to sort of witness that. And so I penned a few lyrics and I put it together, and I said, I really want to dedicate this to anyone who endures to the end, even if it's for 5 weeks, regardless of how difficult it might have been. So the song is titled Hats Off to You. It's still in draft mode, essentially, and we'll be releasing it soon. But think about the words, not the artist, but I'd like for you to focus on the words. And it's really our hats, we lift our hats off to you, and my hat is off to all of you for doing everything you needed to get this finish line, to cross this finish line. I'm really proud of your achievement.
across the finish line and knowing that you did it somehow. While on the journey there were many things you didn't know how. It's because of your openness to learn. Look what you've earned. Yeah. And as you go, planting those seeds of all the lessons learned to reap what you sowed. Not being afraid to tell and share to everyone you know, with complete openness to learn, they too can earn. I lift my hats off to you, and you, for doing all the things you need to do. Instead of giving up, fought through and through, you should be too. Hats off to you, yeah. You doing all the things you needed to do. Instead of giving up, fought through and through, you should be too. Hats off to you, you should be too. Hats off to you. My hats off. Calling my hats off. Calling my hats off.
Beautiful. Yay. All right. Well, that's it for this chapter of our time together. Thank you to Alex, Ricardo, Neto, Yoel, and Cheryl for your dedication. Thank you, of course, to Lilia. Everybody give a quick shout out to Lilia for making this go so beautifully and so smoothly and dealing with all my last minute shenanigans. Thank you for that. And thanks to all of you, the Mad Hackers. Let's stay in touch. Let's keep working together and let's grow and grasp the opportunity from the midst of this crisis. I'm gonna sign off now, and we will see you guys all in another class at our BizHack Live webinars and in our alumni community. Thanks, everybody.
Woo!
Woo! Did it!
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Congratulations.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Congratulations.
Ciao.
Good.